The Little Who Dat Who Didn't, written by Alexander McConduit, illustrated by Avia Brown. Down by the bayou in New Orleans, where the fans scream, "Who dat?" there was a black and gold team. They weren't always the best, but they made their city proud, and all of their fans cheered together out loud. In that same city, there once lived a little boy. His name was Buddy, and that team brought him joy. At games, he cheered and even cheered more, and by the time he was finished, his voice was no more. One day, Buddy's team stopped winning their games. He cheered them to win, but they lost once again. They lost 1, lost 2, lost 3, and lost 4. They lost so many games their fans went out of the door. This made Buddy sad and mad and not one bit glad. He saw fans at the games wearing brown paper bags. So one day he stopped cheering, and right where he was sitting, that day Buddy became the little who dat who didn't. Each year, Buddy and his dad Bobby go to every Saints game in New Orleans. This season, the Saints have won all of their games, and everyone in New Orleans is cheering them on. Who dat? Who dat? Who that said they're gonna beat them Saints? Cheers the crowd. What's wrong, Buddy? Asks Dad. Why aren't you cheering? After the Saints win this game, they'll go to the Superbowl.
Dad, I'm not cheering for the Saints anymore. They're gonna lose just like they always do, yelled Buddy.
Cheer up. See, we won. We're going to the Superbowl. Who that said they're going to beat them Saints? Yelled Dad.
Who didn't beat the Saints? Everybody beats the Saints. I want to go home.
After the game, Buddy went home and saw that his whole family had come over to watch. When he went into the kitchen, Buddy saw his mom cooking a big pot of gumbo for everyone to celebrate.
Why is everyone here? Asked Buddy. Don't they all have anything better to do? They're so happy now, but they won't be so happy when the Saints lose the Super Bowl.
Oh, Buddy, cheer up, said Mom. Can't you see we're all having a good time? Come on, everybody, all together now. The entire house erupts in cheer. Who dat? Who dat? Who that said they're gonna beat them Saints?
Who didn't? Who didn't beat the Saints? Yelled Buddy. I'm going outside to play. I don't want to hear that cheer anymore.
Buddy goes outside to get away from the cheering and finds his friends at the park playing football. Hey, Buddy, do you want to play football with us? Asked Archie. Deuce and I are the Saints and Ricky and Aaron are the Falcons.
No, thanks, exclaimed Buddy.
Well, did you go to the game today?
Yes, I went to the game. The Saints won today, but they're going to lose just like they always do. You'll see.
I don't know, Buddy. My dad says the Saints are going to win the Super Bowl, and he's always right. Who that said they're going to beat them Saints, Buddy?
Who didn't? I'm going home.
Buddy returned home to see everyone still partying. His family and neighbors were laughing, eating, and having a good time. Some of them even formed a second line around the house, and Buddy could hear them all cheering. Who that? Who that? Who that said they're gonna beat them Saints?
Who didn't beat the Saints? Everyone beats the Saints. That cheer doesn't even make sense. Why don't you all just go home? Screamed Buddy.
Then Buddy went to his room and slammed his door so hard that it knocked down all of the black and gold decorations his mom hung for the party. Buddy's mom saw that Buddy was unhappy and went to his room to talk to him. You know, Buddy, it's time for you to cheer up. The Saints are winning and you should quit being so grouchy. Can't you see they're making everyone happy? Your friends are happy, our neighbors are happy, our city is happy, and our family is happy. I want you to be happy too. Now tomorrow is the Super Bowl, so when you wake up, I want you to cheer up and I don't want to hear any more talk about the Saints losing. Okay? Buddy responded half-heartedly. Okay, Mama, I'm going to sleep now. Good night. As Buddy went to sleep in his soft little bed, a dream of all dreams ran through his head. He saw Saints fans mad and sad and not one bit glad. Everyone was crying, even his brother, mother, and dad. The players walked off the field with their heads hanging low, and before the game ended, Dad was ready to go. When Buddy got home, he heard no laughter, no hoo-dats, no cheers, or second lines thereafter. No neighbors, no friends. It was no fun at all. No party, no music, or decorations in the hall. Buddy went to the park, but his friends were sad too. They wanted to play, but they were all feeling blue. Everyone came to Buddy and said, "You were right. The Saints lost the big game, and it wasn't a pretty sight." But then Buddy woke up and saw it was just a dream, but he now knew the Saints were a very special team. The next morning, Buddy woke up and began to get ready for school. His dream showed him how important the Saints were to everyone. If the Saints lost like they did in his dream, the entire city of New Orleans would be let down. When Buddy made it to school, he saw that everyone was excited about the Saints going to the Super Bowl. "Hey, Buddy, are you going to watch the Super Bowl tonight?" asked Archie. "It's going to be a tough one, but we all know that no one can beat the Saints." Buddy thought about his dream. Yes, Archie, I'm going to watch it." "I can't wait," said Archie. "The Saints are playing in Miami, and my mom is going to have a big party at my house so my whole family can watch the Saints win together." Buddy thought about his dream again. Yeah, the Saints are going to win." Okay, Archie, I have to go. I'll see you later." "Okay, Buddy. Who dat?" yelled Archie. "Attention, everyone," yelled Mrs. Benson. "Remember to watch the game tonight. If the Saints win, school will be closed tomorrow." And that goes for you too, Buddy. You've been to every game this year, and it's about time you cheer our Saints on. You're a lucky little hoodat. Okay, guys, class is dismissed. After school, Buddy's brother Drew picked him up and they began to drive home. Along the way, Buddy saw tons of people. They were dancing, cooking, eating, playing music, throwing footballs, giving each other high fives, and shouting, "Who dat?" It seemed as if the entire city of New Orleans was outside. Some people even brought out their TVs and planned to watch the game on their lawns. When they got home, Buddy saw a bunch of cars outside of his house. "Who are all of these cars for?" asked Buddy. "Well, we're having a big party tonight for the Super Bowl, and I guess everyone decided to come over a little earlier," said Drew. "Try not to ruin it by telling everyone that the Saints will lose, okay?" Said Buddy. At home, Buddy's mom cooked more food than ever before. There was gumbo, crawfish, king cakes, jambalaya, boiled crabs, stuffed bell peppers, fried chicken, red beans and rice, po' boys, and even beignets for dessert. It was the biggest party Buddy's family had ever thrown for the Saints. Family, friends, neighbors, and even people they didn't know came to Buddy's house to celebrate the Saints going to the Super Bowl. Buddy went into his room to watch the game alone. When the game began, the Saints scored quickly and everyone began to cheer in the other room. Buddy thought about his dream again. "Maybe my dream won't come true after all," Buddy said to himself. "Come on, Saints, everyone needs you to win this one." Buddy began to watch the game again, and all of a sudden the other team scored quickly. And then they scored again, and then again, and then again. The Saints were losing by 25 points, and it was the beginning of the last quarter. Buddy heard everyone lose hope in the other room. "I knew it," said Buddy's dad. "That's the Saints for you. The Saints always find a way to do it. I guess Buddy was right all along. Everybody beats the Saints. I don't think they'll be able to win this one, guys. It's over." "No, Dad," Buddy yelled as he ran into the room. "The Saints will win, everybody. You'll see, just watch." "You said it yourself, Buddy. Who didn't beat the Saints? Everybody beats the Saints. I just thought maybe this year would be different. Maybe we could finally win one, but it's the same old thing every year with the Saints. The boys played well, but they just couldn't do it this year. The party is over." Everyone began to gather their things and walk to the door, but before anyone can leave, Buddy pulled his chair in front of the door, climbed on top of it, and yelled from the top of his lungs, "Where are you all going? You can't turn your back on the Saints now. They played hard and won their games all year. They made us all happy and cheer and have a good time. We can't leave now. This is when they need us the most. Come on, everybody." Who dat? Who dat? Who dat said they're gonna beat them Saints? And then everyone joined in. Who dat? Who dat? Who dat said they're gonna beat them Saints? And at that very moment, the Saints scored a touchdown, and the house erupted in cheer. Everyone was so happy that Buddy finally cheered up. A few moments later, someone turned on the music and the party was back on. "Okay, Buddy," said Dad. "You got our boys back into the spirit. Let's see if they can win this game."
"Don't worry, Dad. I believe. No one can beat the Saints. Not with all of us behind them."
The Saints got the ball and scored. And then they scored again. And again. And again. "Buddy, you did it! The Saints won the Super Bowl!" Who that? Who that? Who that said they're gonna beat them Saints, Buddy?
"No one, Dad. No one can beat my Saints."
So the fans cheered and cheered because the Saints won the big game. They didn't lose like in Buddy's dream, and there was no one to blame. Just happy fans all around who filled the streets that night, and the people of New Orleans knew everything would be all right. No one was sad or mad. In fact, everyone was glad. Everyone was happy for Buddy, especially his mother, brother, and dad. The players left the field with their heads held up high, and even the owner of the team did his famous second line. People cried and cheered, but everyone stayed. And when the Saints came to town, Buddy led the parade. Folks from all around came to watch them march, and Buddy couldn't remember why he stopped cheering from the start. His dad put him on his shoulders and held him as high as he could. Buddy was happy again, and now he finally understood. Everyone thanked Buddy, and even though he was just a kid, that day Buddy became the little who dat who did. The end.
This podcast is brought to you by ConfettiPark.com.